me. Decent for full down here, guys. We have the Conference League to discuss. And there's only one place to start. The game that everyone was most excited for. Don't worry, the other Europa League games, they were nice as well. But this was the big one. This is the one. And of course, I had to bring a Manchester United fan. And of course, you guys remember J2S. He was there last Thursday when I did the preview for the Europa League games. And so on and so forth, man. So, J2S, man, how are you feeling, man? How are you feeling from that draw against Barcelona?
I'd say the right word is disappointment. Like, I'm happy with the result, but there's that disappointment you have because we were leading at the Camp Nou and we've never won there before. This is like the first time.
Yeah.
It's the first time we scored there in, I don't know how many years it's been. It'd be like,
it's
like 20 years.
Long time.
More than 20 years since the treble season, 1999. Because that was in the group stage.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Just disappointed because we created some great chances. The Sancho miss at the start of the second half. Tesega made 2 brilliant saves from Rashford and Weghorst in the first half as well. So, yeah. Disappointment is the right word to use for this game. But positive still.
Yeah. See, the thing is, like, for me as a Barca fan, I also kind of feel the same way too, is that we also could have won this game too, like with this chances towards the end, but at the same time, I also feel we were lucky to get a draw. Like, it feels like we both got lucky and we both also got unlucky, if that makes sense,
It's like the draw makes it even. It weighs out the differences between the two like sides. Because we also had bad refereeing decisions on both sides as well.
Oh, yeah, both sides. Like, Ten Hag getting the yellow card, then that Fred handball, VAR didn't check it, like, it was blasphemous. And then you guys could have got a red card too with Jules Koundé. That was a dangerous challenge. Like, a lot of things we could go on and on. And, obviously, we don't have much time. We got to discuss the other games. So I wanted to, we'll probably discuss around, 10 to 15 minutes, and then we'll probably go to the other games. We'll still discuss. It's just that we're going to spend most of the time, discussing this game. So, for me as a Barca fan, man, even though we did get a draw, it also feels that this is kind of a loss. Not in the game sense, not in the terms of result, but in terms of the game, like losing out Pedri, losing out Gavi, and it's just a big, massive blow because you saw how important these two players are for a midfield, and with the likes of Frankie De Jong and Kessie, De Jong, okay, maybe De Jong's a bit harsh, but Kessie and Roberto.
Yeah,
there's a huge drop off.
And then even the subs you're gonna have you can bring on Pablo Torre, Sergio Roberto. It's not the level that you want to be at. Yeah, because I didn't get Xavi did like a half-hearted changing the squad and the team, the first 11, because he changed the defense, but then he kept the midfield and the attack. Well, like what would be your strongest? Because you got your injuries as well, which didn't make any sense. Like, drop Pedri or drop Gavi for one of these matches because Gavi was on. If you got any guys going to get spinning, then it's happened as well. So you could have dropped him, put someone else in.
And the thing is, like, this is really hypocritical from Xavi. I'm like, okay, you want to rotate. Okay, fair enough. But if you want to rotate, do the entire team. Like, do more players than just Alonso. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And this is why, man, Xavi, this is why I had question marks over his European credentials, because this is all good and all to win the league. And obviously it's nice. But at the same time, like, we're Barcelona. We're not just going to be a league merchants. I don't want to, just be like satisfied with La Liga. We got to dominate Europe. We haven't won the Champions League. We haven't really been relevant in Europe for the last couple of years now. We've been kind of a joke, to be honest with you. And we got to change that, And it's too much years of just heartbreaking, And and I'm honestly, man, I'm really close because of next season, man. I'm going to say this right now. If Barca actually ends up going to the Europa League for the third season in a row next season, that's it for me with Xavi. Sack. I don't care if we have injuries. I don't care if we're in a very difficult group. There is no excuses. 3 years in a row to go in the Europa League is absolutely disgraceful. For Barcelona.
I get the Bayern Munich in your group this year, but the Inter Milan, I don't rate Inter Milan that highly. They've been very poor. They've been very suspect in the league. And during that time, they were 5th, 6th, 7th in the league at the time, right at the start of the season. So,
yeah. And we struggled against Inter, and you guys are way better than Inter. If we're still going to beat Inter, like I never really. That's why I said we would draw this game, and it feels like we could have also lost this game, but as I said, man, it's massive decisions because obviously for you guys played really well. This was even your strongest team. You guys played really well. No Lozano Martinez, no Sabitzer, and you guys still played really well.
Yeah, we took the game 2 years on. I thought we'd be more pragmatic, just the way we were against the bigger teams. We're usually a bit more pragmatic. We give them the ball and see what they do, and then we counter attack because we've got the Rashfords. I know Vegas is a bit slow, but he can actually link up the play and pass it in behind. Then you got Bruno, he can do his own little thing. And you got that Casemiro, he can just safeguard that back four. So
yeah, and it's like I don't know, man. It's just it's like on one hand I'm like disappointed, and also one hand I'm also relieved. But I'm more disappointed though because it's not the result that's disappointing. It's just the players injured because next week we're gonna have to go away to you guys at Old Trafford. The only thing that gives me hope is that if we somehow, I very much doubt it. If we go to penalties, I do fancy us over penalties over you guys.
Yeah, because we have the hair and nets, so he can't save a penalty.
Yeah, like that's the only way I can see us advancing because there is no way we're gonna and also you guys will be extremely motivated as well. But there is also another thing, the Carabao Cup final. Yeah. So that's gonna put you back of your head. So there is a chance that if you guys let's say go 2-0 up or 3-0 up, then you guys might take off some of your big players and we might be able to maybe make a comeback. But I think we're gonna fall short. I think we're gonna fall short. I think I could see that happening where you guys go 3-0 and then we make it 3-2 and we just miss out, and don't take an extra time. I could see a scenario like that.
I see Ten Hag rotating because that Carabao, it's a final as well. It's a big match. This is a qualifying just to get into the Europa League, which is ridiculous in itself.
16. Yeah, it's it's ridiculous. And you look at the other games around here. None of these games all these games feel like Europa League games. This one doesn't really feel like a Europa League game. It feels like a Champions League game.
Yeah, this game's been the best fixture in this European midweek. All the Champions League games are a bit really boring and stale. This is the one match where everyone was watching it. This was the biggest European tie. Although it's in Europa League, if you told someone off the street, "Oh, watching Barcelona Man United," do you think it'd be Champions League because it's the best match?
Yeah. Anyways, let's quickly talk about the players that underperformed. So obviously players that really performed well for Barca. Obviously Rafinha was amazing. Ter Stegen was excellent. I know he made that small mistake, but I still say he was really good. And I'll be honest with you, if Ter Stegen wasn't this good, we would have lost this game.
Yeah, you'd have been 2-0 down in the first half.
Yeah, so I know it's easy for us to look at that mistake. I'm putting things in the grand scheme of things. Koundé wasn't good. I thought he was one of the worst players on that day.
Yeah.
Any other? I think that might be it in terms of really bad players.
Well, what did you think of Lewandowski overall?
See, the thing with Lewandowski is that he was bad, but he didn't get that much chances. So that's my thing, is that as a striker, he needs those chances. It's not like against Bayern Munich away where he missed so many chances. Now, if he had that kind of game, then of course I would be very mad. But he didn't really get much opportunities. So it's not like, I think he had a mixed bag. Not necessarily a terrible game, but not necessarily a really good game. Just all around the middle.
I thought Kessié was good as well. He was decent because he hasn't been playing a lot, and he's only just started playing because Busquets has been injured. He's stepped up a little bit, to be fair to him.
Yeah, I thought Araujo was good, even though he was playing out of position. I think Pedri, Gavi, they were great for the first 30 minutes.
Yeah, that was scary, their link-up play, especially that first 20, 25 minutes.
Yeah, what about Alonso, man? Because the thing is, I know he scored, but I also kind of blame him for that goal we conceded. But at the same time, though, he's not a center back, so it is a bit kind of harsh to
And also for that, the Koundé the possible Koundé red card, it was his man that he let go, and then Koundé had to run in and try and cover up his mistakes. So that all came from Alonso's side as well.
Yeah, that's the thing is people go, oh look, he scored, I should forgive him. No, okay, it makes up for it. Okay, I'll put it this way, but it doesn't mean you still had a good game. That's the thing I want to make that clear. And I think people think that just because you score, you had a good game. That's not always true.
He's a defender. His main job is to defend, and he can't. He didn't do that today. Yeah, he scored the goal. Good header, to be fair to him, but he was going against Fred, who's the smallest player on the pitch probably.
I gotta give the credit though. Fred was good today. Fred was good.
Yeah, it's when he's next to Casemiro, he needs his like big brother to hold his hand for the match because you've seen Fred and Sabitzer against the first game at Leeds.
Oh yeah, Leeds. Yeah, I
he
saw
was
that.
all over the place. I don't know what he was doing. The ball was allergic to him. He touched the ball, just go somewhere else. So yeah, the Casemiro Fred midfield. That's probably the best midfield we have. That double pivot because he's got the energy, and Casemiro he's just brilliant overall round player. Like he just keeps the back four so stable.
Yeah. And then obviously Malacia, I thought was really good. I thought he was good.
Yeah,
he was one of your
and
best
Shaw
players.
playing at centre back as well, which surprised me to be fair because I thought he'd go with the likes of Lindelof instead. But yeah, even Shaw at centre back did his job. Malacia, he was going against Rafinha as well. So
yeah,
and Rafinha's one of the best players on the pitch to be fair.
Yeah, Rafinha, man, he turned up, man. He turned up.
Yeah. The
disappointing.
So I was just going to say the disappointing players for Man United were Sancho because I just don't remember what he did that whole game. He was just a passenger. He had that one shot and he just disappeared.
Yeah,
and Bruno
Sancho didn't do anything. And people are telling me, oh, defensive work he did. Was he? Yeah. I don't think he didn't do anything. I don't think he did.
He got pocketed by Rafinha.
Yeah.
To be fair to him,
yeah. Let's see. Any other disappointing players for United?
Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno, yeah.
He was playing on the right, but because in that first half, Jordi Alba. You thought you'd be playing left. Would it be left wing? Yeah, you'd think he'd be playing left wing because it was.
Yeah.
Anwar and Bissaka was getting double teamed by I think it would have been Gavi on that side and Jordi Alba because Bruno was not tracking back at all. Like I know Sanchez had a poor game, but at least he was tracking back and helping Malacia out.
Yeah.
With the likes of Rafinha and I mean even Araujo got up and down the pitch quite a lot, but the Jordi Alba was constantly going up and down. Like he almost got a penalty, but Wan-Bissaka made that brilliant challenge in the first half. So Bruno was poor. Weghorst, he was okay. He's what you expect him to be. You're not expecting him to be a world-class player. I mean, you spent $2.5 million on him, and he's a lone player, and he's from Burnley. So, yeah. It's the least you can expect from them. Otherwise, played pretty well. To be fair, just that attack let us down a little bit today.
Yeah, that's the thing because that's my concern with you guys and your attack. As good as you guys are, I do feel Rashford is really carrying you guys. And I feel like without Rashford, you could see how much like the other players just haven't really been up to speed with Rashford, particularly.
Yeah, because he scored the first goal and he created the second goal as well.
Yeah, he's very, very important to your team.
Yeah.
So, anyways, let's give our final thoughts. We're gonna move on to other Europa League games. You can still stay on if you want, or if not, you can leave. It's fine, whatever you choose.
Yeah, I can stay on for a little bit. I've still got time.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So yeah, give me your overall thoughts and then tell me your brief thoughts for the second leg.
So I think it balances out roughly. We were expecting it to be a good match anyway. So I think a 2-2 draw, pretty fair and equal. You could have gone either way, as you said before. Either a 3-2 to Barca or a 3-2 to United. It's a fair result. But because the Nou Camp was the first leg and Old Trafford is the second leg, so we have the advantage, and especially because you're missing Gavi, missing Pedri. I don't know what defense he's going to play because I don't know if he's going to rotate again because you don't know with Xavi, especially in cup competitions. He does the Pep, just completely rotates into some weird stuff. So you just never know. So I would favour United, so I'm going to go for like a 2-1 victory to United. But it'd be another good game though.
Yeah, and I think this is a big missed opportunity for Barca, and that's why I said that if we didn't win this game, we'd be screwed because I don't really know. I don't think we can beat you guys at Old Trafford. It's going to be very difficult. And like I said, the only way we can win there is win on penalties, and that's going to take an excruciating amount of work, 120 minutes to grind out.
And especially for United, we don't go 120 minutes in penalties because we've got a cup final in a few days' time.
Exactly. And even still, even with the penalties thing, like as much as I do fancy your chance of penalties, we're still the away team. The fans are going to be on your side, so like it's not really like obviously it's I prefer that obviously, but it's still going to be difficult to win there because of the penalties, the situation, the pressure, and as I said, more so in away games, man. They're horrendous in away games. So, we'll see what happens, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, we'll quickly talk about the of you guys want to say something in the chat. So I'm actually going to read your message in the chat. So let me just read from Xander. He says, I'm here. Why is my thing not loading? Okay, here we go. I support a club from a different league. One of them is Fiorentina. Oh, that's nice to hear. We'll talk about Fiorentina later with the Conference League because, oh, man, Braga, man, they were garbage. I thought they would do a lot better than this. Alchemist, hello, 80 in chat. Hello, hi. I knew Leverkusen Monaco would have been a great game. Yeah, that was a great game. That was an amazing game.
I think it was 3-2 in the end.
Yeah, 3-2. It's a high score. Yeah, Monaco, man. That's huge, man. Alonso has a shask on his hand. It's not impossible in a way, but it'd be difficult. Schick is back, but he was poor before his injury. Sevilla pumped PSV. Yeah, we'll talk about that. I agree. Do you see that Ocampos assist? I didn't actually watch the games, guys, because I was kind of like, just relaxing myself. But next week, I'll definitely try to watch more. Since 1999, I couldn't watch it. 3-3. Oh, Leverkusen, the only Bundesliga team to concede this week. Oh, wow, that is crazy. Wow. Well, not all Bundesliga teams played because RB Leipzig didn't play this week, so we'll see if they concede. But you are true, man. Bayer Lucas is sold today, man. Yeah, man, I expected better from them. I'm surprised Dortmund kept a clean sheet, but Koval saved them. Yeah, it's all over for Red Decky. Leverkusen need a new goalkeeper. I think it's a bit harsh. I think he's still good for them. He's still a great keeper. I mean, yes, he had a bad game, but it's not like consistently. I don't care how Michael Tuck's football is feeling. Koval's starting for Switzerland in the Euros next year. Koval's a really underrated keeper. I think he's really underrated. He was amazing yesterday against Chelsea in particular. I still think Sommer's going to start though, but he's a good backup choice, and maybe he could be the replacement after Sommer retires. He's a very good goalkeeper. The next stage of the Europa League would be more interesting. Allegri's
peak terrace ball.
Oh man. Yeah, seeing likes Leverkusen will come back. Monaco, a difficult team to beat at the Stade lose too. Yep. Good game with Electric second half. Good goals from Rashford, Lewandowski. Koundé was fortunate. Man, looked very good in the end. Oh yeah, Koundé, man. As you said earlier, he could have got a red card.
Yeah.
Freak, we now got to win at Old Trafford or taking the penalties. Heck, now Milan won. Okay. And I fancy Barca and a penalty thing. Interesting, man. Interesting. So, okay, let's go ahead and do the let's go look at the other Europa League games. Either we'll talk about Conference League. Probably around like 10 minutes from after we go through the Europa League game. So let's go look at this. Let me share my screen. So let's start with the first game. Let's start with the early kickoff games first. We got Ajax 0, Union Berlin 0. Obviously, I didn't watch this game because I was too focused on Barca game, but Union Berlin, man, this is a good result for them. And this is also kind of a good result for Ajax because, as we mentioned before, guys, Ajax is better as at away team. So it makes things really interesting for the second leg. And yeah, Union Berlin, man, obviously as a what's your thoughts on Union Berlin, J2S? Because they have definitely surprised a lot of people this season.
Yeah, because I think they've got one of the best defensive records in the Bundesliga. That's why they're sitting second. Is it second?
Yeah,
I think it's second in the table.
Yeah, they're defensively solid, man.
Yeah, I mean it's really hard to score. They're like the Newcastle of the Bundesliga. Yeah. They don't score. Lose. They don't always score a lot, but they keep trying to keep a clean sheet. And
yeah.
I don't think Ajax have got a new manager yet, have they? Still after they sacked.
No, I think. Yeah, they sacked Schroeder.
Yeah, he's the He's such a bad manager, but he is a decent win. I mean, not even a decent result for Union Berlin, considering they were the away team.
Yeah, I still fancy Union Berlin though, but as I said before, guys, Ajax for some reason are way better as an away team than at home. So I wouldn't put it past Ajax there, but you still have to fancy Union Berlin because of the home support they have. And as I said, man, they're very underrated. Defensively, they're very solid. And Juranovic, do you remember this guy? He was amazing against Brazil in the World Cup, I remember.
Yeah, I remember that game.
Yeah, they signed him from Celtic. It's a great transfer. I think it was one of the more underrated transfers of the window. So
also the player I really like from Ajax is the Kudus kid, the Ghanaian.
Yeah, Kudus, man. Kudus is great.
He's very key to Ajax when they play their football.
Yeah, Fischer, man. He's done a good job, man. He's done a good job. So, as I said, let's just look at the stats real quickly, and we're going to move on to the next game. They had 13 shots. And that's the thing with Union Berlin is that they're not a possession-based team. They're a counter-attacking team, and they can still play great football. And they still create a lot of chances. That's the thing I like about these teams, that just because you don't have a lot of possession doesn't necessarily mean you can't create chances. That's a narrative I don't like. It's not true.
Yeah. Possession doesn't equal like dominant. It equals dominance like in a certain way, but it doesn't mean you could dominate. But like yesterday, Arsenal dominated against Man City, but Man City had way more shots and way more on target. So goes.
Yeah. So definitely, man. And this guy, man, who is this guy? Laduni, man. This guy was amazing. From Tunisia, man. He was amazing for Tunisia in the World Cup. I know Tunisia didn't advance, but they beat France, remember? And of course, they put up a good game against I think was it Denmark? I think they got a draw against Denmark. So
it was 0-0, I think.
Yeah. Look out for Ladoni, man. I think this could be a big one of the. I have a feeling he could make a move this summer, and one of the big clubs may go for him this summer. He's one of the more underrated players. So yeah, Runo, man, very good goalkeeper, man. So I mean, who do you have to advance? My original prediction was Union Berlin, and I'm still sticking with it.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Union Berlin because they're just riding one of the best waves I've had in a long, long time.
Yeah, now Salzburg 1-0. Oh my God, Mourinho, man. This is amazing. This is absolutely insane. And Salzburg, man, another underrated team. They're very difficult. They're very good at home. They don't lose a lot of home games.
Why am I saying a Dybala disaster class? Oh, it's just sad.
Yeah, this is incredible, man. And Salzburg, man, I don't know if you saw this. They scored at the 88th minute. This is huge for them. Absolutely huge for them. And so it's a big result, man.
And I don't trust Roma at all because they're one of the lowest scorers in Serie A as well.
Yeah, the thing is, like, Mourinho, man, he's just like defense. The thing is still, Roma is still in a good position because the second leg's at home.
Yeah.
They have to win it, though. A draw wouldn't be enough. And obviously, they have to win, not just win it, they have to win by a 2-0 margin. If they want to. So they have to keep a clean sheet as well. But I don't know, man. I'm still going to go with Roma to advance, but it's just going to be just about. I like Salzburg. I think they're going to fall short. But who knows? They could definitely do this because, like I said, they were very underrated. Okafor is amazing. Capaldo. Then also look at the players that got Okafor, man, he's very underrated.
Yeah, see, I never got why people. I was going to say I'd never got why people thought Roma could be one of the favorites, because they won the Conference League last year. But this is like high level competition, and especially against if you imagine Roma against Sevilla, even though Sevilla have been bad in the league, they're not beating Sevilla.
Yeah, it's just incredible, man. So like Roma for me, man, it's gonna be difficult, man. It's gonna be difficult, but like I said, though. They still have the second leg at home, and that's what's important. Because, dude, if they had lost the first leg, it would have been screwed. They would have been screwed. So it's massive that they didn't lose. Salzburg won the first leg because it puts them in a good position. Because Salzburg, all they need is a draw in the second leg to advance. So I assume you're going to go with Salzburg.
I'm going to go with Salzburg.
Was that your original prediction, or did you still have?
I just don't like Roma at all when I watch them play. Because I watch them in the Serie A. I watch quite a lot of Serie A, to be fair, because it's one of my favourite leagues. Although it's a bit, now. But yeah, I just don't. Mourinho as manager as well? Nah, it's not for me.
Yeah. So, let me read some quick comments real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and move on to next game. Okay, here we go. I advanced the Barca in a penalty thing. Fair enough, man. Urs Fischer's a new Mourinho. Xander said, Union Berlin should have won. Defensively, I saw counterattacks are very dangerous. Brexit ball merchants, but hopefully they maintain their great season, win a trophy. Oh, yeah, they actually had a goal disallowed. I forgot to mention that. They had a goal disallowed.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't actually remember why, because I guess it was offside or something, but they had a goal disallowed. Anyways, Ladoni was okay. I read that. Union Berlin never give up. Lukas Ukic, baller. He'll be a bigger club soon. Ooh, I predicted Salzburg to win. They'll get a draw next week. We'll see, Mats. We'll see. Uncle Mo. Roma are a mid-team. They're currently top 4 Serie A due to Juventus' 50 points deduction. That's the thing, man. Top 4, man. With the whole thing to Juventus, top 4 is actually crazy now in Serie A.
Yeah. I don't. Roma going to fraud their way to a top 4 finish. Because them in the Champions League next year, they're going to get relegated or maybe finish bottom of a group because their squad is very poor.
Yeah, and dude, I wouldn't be surprised to get 0. Maybe this is a bit harsh, but they might finish the group with 0 points. Okay, maybe that's a bit harsh, but they're gonna do terrible in the Champions League.
And also, it would be Mourinho's third year as well. So,
the third year tax.
Exactly.
Roma also lost to Ludogorets. That is true, man. That is true. Yeah. All right, now talk about Shakhtar 2, Rennes 1. Shakhtar, man, they even lost their main guy, man, Modric, and they still won this game. And I think Shakhtar is really underrated, guys. They're a very underrated team. Their attack is still amazing, and they're a very counter-attacking team. And they're just a difficult team to play against. Like, they really are an attack-minded team. Like, I really think they're a difficult team. As for Rennes, they got back in this with an away goal thanks to Toko Ekambi, one of Lyon's best players, and for Doko, man, getting that assist. And so Rennes, man, they have a lifeline here. Oh, man, this is absolutely huge for Shakhtar. So what do you think, man? Who do you have to advance, man? Like, what do you think, man, of this game?
I have Shakhtar to advance. I mean, the playing. I forgot about Jed Spence. He went to Rennes because he just can't get a game for under Conte. Spurs as well. So, I mean, I think did Rennes beat PSG this season at home?
I don't remember that. I think they got a draw. I have to double check. I don't remember. Let me just quickly check. Let me see. Oh yeah, they did beat PSG. Never mind.
Yeah, I thought they did.
Yeah.
Well, they did. Well, PSG are rubbish anyway, so it doesn't really tell a lot about the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have Shakhtar progressing.
Yeah, I also had Shakhtar to progress. The thing with Rennes is that I think they're a good team, but like they're kind of a team where I think they're kind of like Spurs in a way, right? They could beat a PSG, but then they could lose to a team they shouldn't be losing. All right, they're kind of like they play to like the level of their opposition, basically, and I think that's a big problem. Like it's just not consistent enough, and that's why you see they're kind of like hovering around. And as I said, with Shakhtar, man, this is amazing, man. They it's incredible that they're still doing this even without Modric, man, and it just shows how
they sold the talisman for 100 million.
Yeah, they still have some great players, man. I like the Trubin guy. I think he's good. They got Stepinko, some other good players. Piotov is still there. This goalkeeper. Then you got Shevchenko. Shevchenko. Yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting. So to see what happens, man. But yeah. And then for Rennes, man, like I said, though, they have the second leg at home, so they do have to win that. And so they have, because I'm going to say this right now. If Rennes didn't score that away goal, they would have been for sure screwed. But at least they have a lifeline, so we'll see. But yeah, I got Shakhtar to advance. That was my original prediction. Okay, moving on. This was an amazing game. Leverkusen 2, Monaco 3. What a high-scoring game this was. I knew this game would be high-scoring. And wow, what a result for Monaco, man. 3-2 away win. And Diassi, man, their center back scoring the winner. How crazy. So, what's your thoughts, man, J2S on this game?
I mean, this game is basically a hit for hit. If you score, I score. If you score, then I'll score again. That's what it is. Just back and forth constantly. I mean, Monaco, they beat PSG 3-1, was it? Was it 3-1 or 3-0?
They beat them. I think
they've been decent. 3-1. They've been decent this year in League One because I know that they're not far off PSG, but PSG will still win the league. But playing really well.
Yeah, I really like this Monaco team. Like they got some underrated players, like Cao Enrique. This guy is underrated. He's a great left back, and don't be surprised he makes a move this summer. And there's a lot of clubs that need left backs at the moment, so maybe
he should have been taken in the Brazil squad as well.
Yeah, Brazil, man. Tite, man. For some reason, my Brazil friend tells me that he doesn't like him for some reason. I'm like, put that personal thinking aside.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure he can do the dual, like the dual nationality thing. So I think he'd go to Spain. I think it's Spain.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I don't actually know. Yeah.
I believe it's Spain. It's either that or France. It's one of the two.
Yeah.
And also, didn't Monaco lost Badiashile as well to Chelsea, obviously as well.
Yeah, oh yeah, they sold Badiashile as well to Chelsea. I think you're right. So, yeah, I think Monaco, man, it's going to be big.
Yeah, I see them progressing over Leverkusen. I mean, Xabi Alonso hasn't done bad with this Leverkusen side that he's had. He's doing okay because this is his first managerial job.
Yeah. I think the thing is, I think the Leverkusen thing, I think it's just the defense, man. I think it doesn't matter what you get it. I think it's terrible, man.
Yeah.
And I think that Leverkusen missed because he was injured. I think, yeah, he was like injured for the first half of the season. I think.
Yeah. I mean, they got Minamino as well.
And then obviously Schick as well. Schick coming from injury, he's and the Diaby as well.
Yeah, Diaby's been good this season.
Yeah, that is true, man. Yeah, then they have Frimpong as well. So yeah, Palacios, man, they got some decent players, man. Leverkusen, man. It's a good team. It's just that the defense, man. When your defense is so bad, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many goals you score. You're gonna lose. You're gonna not win.
Yeah,
games.
I mean, look at their goalkeeper. He's got the only one with a red rating.
Yeah, he wasn't good today, man. He wasn't good. An own goal and an error, man. Frimpong, man. I really like this Frimpong guy. And then Tapsoba, man. I think this guy's really underrated center back. Edmond Tapsoba for Burkina Faso. So, yeah, for Monaco, man, you would probably say they're the favorites right now because they have the second leg at home. And I believe I did predict Monaco to advance. I think that was my original prediction. So I'll stick with it. And then Monaco, they still have Mbolo and Mino. Do you remember Mbolo, man?
Yes, Switzerland. Yeah. Is it Switzerland?
Yeah,
it's Switzerland.
Yeah, Switzerland. And I think he was great for Gladbach, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a good purchase there. And then Mino, man. I feel bad for Mino, man. Things didn't work out at Liverpool, so he's balling out here, man. So big win, man. You also have Monaco to advance too, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if Ben Yedder will be playing the game as well.
Yeah, Ben Yedder, he's also good too. Let me see. Was he on the bench?
Yeah, I think he was.
Oh yeah, he came off the bench, and he came off the bench and got an assist. I didn't even see this. Thank you for bringing that up. And they got Myron Boadu on the bench as well. So
yeah,
Monaco, man, they got some ballers, man, off the bench. All right, now we have 3 more Europa League games. Oh man,
the team that keeps on giving, man. It just never ends with Juventus. Never ends.
Juventus, man. They're a joke, man. An absolute joke. I don't know what to say. This is no disrespect to Nantes. I don't know if you know this. They actually, how they got to this Europa League? It's because they won the French Cup last season.
Oh, they did, didn't they?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, this club, Juventus, it's just Juventus, can't stop taking L's. I mean, they got the draw, but this is a loss. I'm sorry.
This is a loss, man. Like, come on, you're gonna have to go away to France now. You're gonna have to beat them in France.
Yeah, they're gonna do it's gonna do Maccabi Haifa Part 2. They're gonna lose. They're gonna lose in France. I can just see it.
Even if
Chiesa, he's balling, and they still can't win.
Vlahovic, man, this is insane, man.
And no Pogba to be found still. Not even on the bench.
Paredes, man. Rabiot, man. Kostic, man. Like, this is ridiculous, man. And this is nonsense, man. Like they're not even that great of a team, to be honest with you. Lafont's amazing, though. I respect Lafont because let's be real, man.
Is it Musa Sissoko in midfield as well?
Is that Musa Sissoko? Hold up, let me actually check. Oh my god, it is.
Oh, see, this is all Juventus.
This is just
look because you look at that Juventus side, you think, oh, that's a pretty strong Juventus side. Even look at the midfield. I know like people don't rate Rabiot or Paredes, but they're decent established players.
Yeah, and they play in the World Cup final. Like, let's not forget this. Like, their World Cup they made it to the World Cup final. Who scored in the World Cup final as well. Yeah. Oh god. You have Bremer as well, who's a great center back. I know. I know he's not really been that good, but I still rate him highly. Yeah. But yeah, it's ridiculous, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. And you look at the players off the bench, man. You have Kostic, Locatelli, Cuadrado, Keane, man, Bonucci, man. Like I'm sorry, there is no excuse, man. Milik. How many players? Okay, Milik is injured. Okay, but still, you have so many quality players on the bench. Like, there's no excuse, man. I wonder what Kostic is thinking, Because you think, because he did really well at Frankfurt last year and he won the Europa League as well. And then you gone to this Juventus side and you've gone backwards. Yeah, if anything, I think, Frankfurt's a better club than Juventus now, to be honest. Yeah, exactly. They're actually in the Champions League in the next round. Oh, my God. He should have stayed, man. he should have just stayed because the guy is like he's like really good as like I just don't think he fits Juventus' system. He doesn't fit because he's a quality player, man. I know how good he is, and he just doesn't fit.
Even when Allegri he does like the 3-5-2, like against I think it was Napoli. He's playing him as like left back. Like you don't play him at left back. Play him further pitch. He's got one of the best like GA like combinations from last year.
Yeah, if you're gonna play him, okay, left wing back I can understand, but not left back. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, left wing. Yeah, left wing back, left winger. That's his position. He's not left back at all.
But this is Allegri, so what do you expect? Just terrorism ball.
Yeah, Allegri, man. This is a disappointment, man. And for Nantes, man, this is a huge result for them. And by the way, guys, Juventus almost had a penalty right at the end, but penalty wasn't given. So, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. So, yeah, Mohamed, man, I feel like where did he? Wow, he plays for Egypt national team. Wow. Dang. Galatasaray, man. I was wondering, like, hold up, I feel like I've seen this guy before. Yeah. So anyways, it's incredible, man. Absolutely incredible. All right. I think we have 2 more Europa League games, and then I think we're done with the Europa League, and then we're going to go to Conference League. Actually, 2 more Europa League games. Sevilla 3, PSV 0. Sevilla, man. I had Sevilla to advance. This was a bit of a risky prediction because PSV they were great, man. But I think for me, what really screwed PSV up was selling those players in the summer January window, like selling Uecl, selling Gakpo. Like, why did you sell so many players in the January window? Like,
yeah, and that's your best attack as well. Well, one of the 2 parts of your best attack as well.
Yeah, I can understand if you sold like one of the 2, but you don't sell both.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's ridiculous, man. You like, it's ridiculous, man. And I know Luke de Jong is good, but let's be real. He's better as a super sub. He's not really good as a starter. Okay?
Yeah.
And Xavi Simons, as good as he is, he's not really a winger. He's more of a center mid,
Yeah, if you want to play him more that, not second striker, but like a number 10-ish kind of thing, so he can make the late runs into the box and score, because that's what he's good at.
Yeah, and look at Sevilla, man. They played a 5-4-1. This is a defensive formation on paper, and yet they still won by a big score. That doesn't even make sense.
Navas is still going at this age. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, at a good age, man. He's not even a center back. He's a CDM. He's playing out of position. He still had a good game.
Rakitic put him at the ears as well.
Yeah, and then Oliver Torres, man. This guy's underrated. I like Oliver Torres, I think. Yeah, he's underrated. And then obviously Naziri, man. Obviously, we know how good he is. He was great for Morocco in the World Cup.
Yeah.
And then Nianzou, man. Yeah, Cunha as well. World Cup winner, man.
I mean, I have Sevilla as one of the favorites to actually win the competition.
And then, oh my God, look at the bench. You could bring Fernando off the bench. Lucas Ocampos off the bench. Suso. Lamela. Like, this is actually a good team, guys. Like, I don't know how bad. I don't know how bad they've. Like, it's just crazy how bad they've been in the league.
Yeah, you got 2 World Cup winning fullbacks as well, and Acuna and Montiel as well. So,
wow, PSV, man, very disappointing. I like the Sangari guy. He needs to. He needs to leave, man. He needs to leave.
Yeah, he'll follow the Gakpos and the Madueki's out.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he's gonna leave this summer, and Simmons probably gonna leave this summer too as well. And let me check PSV's position in the league because they're struggling in the league. Yeah, they're 4th right now, man. Even Ajax above them, and Ajax have been in terrible form, so that just says a lot. So, I mean, it's still close. So the league is still close. So it's not like like they're terribly behind, but still, I still expect better from them.
Yeah.
So.
Then you got Rudan Nistelrooy as manager as well.
I think he's a decent manager. I don't think he's bad.
This is his first gig in like manager, like proper manager or not. Like I know he's at the national team for the Netherlands, but he was doing a different kind of role. This is like a big major role at a club.
Yeah.
He's doing decently. He's like the Xabi Alonso, just another one of those getting their first job.
Yeah, man. Interesting, man. Interesting. Don't worry, guys. We're gonna read your comments. I just want to go through the last Europa League game. Then we're gonna talk about Conference League. Then we're gonna read your comments. So Sevilla, man. They should make this. What if PSV do a comeback, man? What if PSV do a comeback?
No, I don't see that happen.
Yeah, neither do I. I had Sevilla to advance from the beginning, even before this game. So, and as you said, man, Sevilla, man, Europa League pedigree, man. Like, that's what I said, man. It's their competition, man.
Yeah, league doesn't matter. As long as they're in the cup, they'll just win it. Because you had Villarreal won the Europa League, and they were, where did they come in the league? 8th?
Seventh, I think.
Yeah, and then Frankfurt last year as well.
Yeah. Man,
you don't have to be. You have to play well in the league. You just, as long as you got that pedigree, it's cup competitions, knockout football.
Yeah. Sevilla, just avoid relegation.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I don't want to see Sevilla be playing the second division of the Champions League. That would look bad. I'm sorry. That would look that would be too much.
Oh dear.
Actually, I don't think that's ever happened before. I hope that has never happened. Because if so, we're gonna have to have scary conversations, guys. And I still say this, by the way, guys. If Sevilla wins this Europa League, a lot of teams, the top teams, I might have to ask serious questions about this because that's gonna look bad.
Yeah, they're going to be inducted. The Europa League will just be inducted. If they allow Sevilla to win it again, it just has to be disbanded. Just disband the tournament. Might just rename it.
Oh yeah, rename it. Yeah, it has to be renamed. Yeah. All right, now let's talk about this one. Sporting 1, Michelin 1. I thought this would be a much more higher scoring game. As Sporting, man, they almost screwed this up, which I'm very surprised with. Michelin, man, they're another underrated team. They topped their group with Lazio and Feyenoord. That is insane. Oh, I don't know if you saw that group. Like, I think every single team.
It was all three of them were level. Yeah, I saw that.
I was like, oh my god, it's insane. Like, absolutely insane, man. Michelin, man, absolutely huge, man. Absolutely huge result for them on the road. As for Sporting, man, I expected better from you guys. I mean, you have like Gonzalez, you have Paulinho, Guate, and then you also have like Ignacio Trincao, And remember, this is a team that were decent in the Champions League.
Yeah, like, they should have gone through in their group because they had Spurs, Frankfurt, and Marseille, and they were leading. They were leading the pack at one point, and then they just capitulate completely. Because they beat Spurs as well.
Yeah, Spurs. Because Frankfurt and Marseille didn't beat Spurs.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it's just ridiculous, man. And for Sporting, man, this is disappointment, man. And for Michelin, man, this is huge for them, getting that draw. And Sporting, man of the match, Coates, man, the center back, man, scoring the winner. Equalizer, sorry. Sebastian Coates. And I think he was at the World Cup, I'm pretty sure. Center back and 32 years old, dang. That's crazy, man.
Edwards kid, that's really good as well.
Yeah, Gonzalez.
Still pretty young, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and this is actually a really good point. A really good point someone made here. Alchemist. The Danish league hasn't even started. They're still in they still haven't started their league, and the fact they got a result is insane. Michelin, man, we got to put some respect on Michelin, man. A very underrated team, like very very good. Well, maybe not very good, but like they're still a great team. Ashuar scoring the goal. How old is this guy, man? 24 years old. Egyptian, man.
Wow. So with all these Egyptians, man.
maybe he might be part of the national team now. But yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And which Arthur is that? Oh, it's a left wing. Is that Arthur Cabal? Or is that a different Arthur? Hold up. Let me check. Oh, he came from, wow. No, that's not Arthur Cabal. Sorry, that's the wrong one. But dang, there's another Brazilian man, Arthur, 24 years old, left winger. So, what do you think, man? I'm still going to go Sporting. Even though they tied, I still think Sporting fans.
I'm just going to go Sporting because they were such a good team in that Champions League, and then I don't know what happened. They're a good team on paper as well.
I think the issue with Sporting is I think their defense is very sketchy. Their defense is really sketchy. That's what my concern is.
When you're starting Sebastian Coates up centre back, it's not the best thing to do.
Oh my god, look at the stats, man. They dominated this game. 16 shots scored.
Expected goals, shots, big chances, possession. They got it's just like a what do you call it? Smash and grab from Michelin, but you gotta give them the props.
Yeah. It's like a match in FIFA, right? Where you're like dominating the opponent, and then all of a sudden one chance. Like it's just crazy, man. It's crazy. So yeah, that's the Europa League for you guys. Let's go ahead and read some comments, and we're gonna go ahead and stay for the Conference League. You may not really care about the Conference League, so if you want, you can head out.
Yeah. I'm gonna head out now.
All right. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me on.
Thank you. Yeah, no problem. All right. So let's go read some comments here real quick. We're just such a baller. Jander said, "Is it weird when Chelsea buys a player from other club? The club itself improves, so the player flops at Chelsea." Oh man, that is actually a scary conversation, man. That is actually true. Like, it's actually funny, man. Actually sad how clubs can recover their lost players. Cal Enrique, man, acquire Spanish citizenship while in Spain. Diaby, Furpong, Carey Job. Yeah, they were great, man. They're amazing. They were amazing. Tepso was a good playing center back. McKennie, who's a miss, especially in 4-3-3. Sevilla versus PSV had a fantastic first half. Sevilla can't score in the league and had a lot of defensive issues at the beginning of the season. Sporting Lisbon were disappointing. Michelin with the massive result given the fact that Danish League restarts tomorrow. Frankfurt won away. And Portugal to knock out Sporting CP. Oh, yeah, that's right. Ashura scored on his debut. Guate will move this summer. Underrated baller class DM. Yeah, Guate, man. Very underrated as well. And I think Michelin will go through. We'll see, man. Michelin, man, they have everything in them, and they're playing at home the second leg. So, yeah, now we're going to talk about the Conference League, guys. Let's quickly go through the Conference League. We're not going to spend nearly as much time as we did because, I don't think I'm going to have any guests. So, we're going to quickly go through this, guys. Remember, guys, to like the stream if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new, man. Subscribe if you're new. Let's see how many subs we're on right now. Let's go, guys. Let's go. So, how many likes we're on? Let's see. Let me just quickly check. We're at 4 likes, guys. Come on, guys. Let's get to 10. Let's get to 6. Let's get to 10 likes, guys. 10 likes, guys. Smash the like button and subscribe if you're new, man. Subscribe if you're new. So let's go ahead and do this real quick, guys. Bodo Glimt versus Lech Poznan. Let's start with that game first. Yeah, man. Bodo game, man. Such a big disappointing result, man. Bodo Glimt, man. Look at how many shots they had. 15 shots, and they still couldn't score. And I understand they had a lot of departures, like obviously Solbakken left, and obviously Pellegrino's not really been a match sharp. And you look at the bench, they didn't have all their available players. But still, man, you really had that many shots, and you really should be scoring. So Bodo Glimt, man, it's going to be difficult, man. It's going to be difficult away because I just read somewhere Lech Poznan are unbeaten at home. So Lech Poznan, man, it's going to be difficult for Bodo Glimt to do it. But you didn't put it past them, man. And for Bodo Glimt and for Lech Poznan, man, this is a great result. This is a huge result on the road. And their keeper, man, made 3 saves. And yeah, man, huge result. Burge, man, Conrad Aston, Webber Megino. I really like this Bodo team, man, but I'll put it this way, guys. I think it's difficult for. I think Poznan's going to advance, unfortunately. And yeah, Bodo Glimt, man, should have won. Moving on to the next game, we're going to go to Braga 4-0, Fiorentina 4. Oh, my God. This was a demolition. I did not expect this from Fiorentina. I really didn't expect this from Fiorentina, guys. And this is amazing, guys. This is amazing. To win 4-0 away against Braga being one of the most informed teams at home in European competitions is absolutely embarrassing for Braga, man. Like, this is incredible. Luka Jovic scoring the goal, the 45th minute. And then, obviously, Braga had a player sent off. Vitor Emine, center back getting sent off. Luka Jovic scored. And then, man, it was just chaos, man. Carbal scored a brace. Amrabat, man, been amazing as well. And, yeah, man, huge win for Fiorentina, man. Nico Gonzalez as well, the Argentinian guy. I remember he got slandered for the misses in the Copa America. Then you got Bragai as well as a captain. Yeah, this is amazing, man, for Fiorentina, man. 4-0 away win. So, Braga, man, I mean, it's done. It's done for Braga. I don't think Braga's coming back from behind. I would be very surprised if Braga can do this, but it's going to not happen, guys. It's not happening. It's not happening, guys. It's not happening. So, it is what it is, man. So, yeah, man. Let's go ahead and move on, man. Let's go ahead and move on to the next game, guys. The next game we have here, it is Quarterback 1, Gen 0, man. Quarterback, man. Another underrated team. I like this Quarterback team, guys. This is a team that's really good. Azerbaijan team. I like this team. They have a lot of quality players. And they even missed a penalty, but they still won the game. And Royf, man of the match for Ghent, making 3 saves, 1 penalty save. And yeah, man, this Ghent team, they're a very free-flowing attacking team. Like, they can score a lot of goals. They can concede a lot of goals. They're that kind of team. Quarterback, man, this is absolutely incredible for them to win at home. And this is a good team, guys. I think Quarterback is a very underrated team. Jakovic is very underrated. And, yeah, man, Montenegro, man. Andrade scoring the goal. And for Quarterback, man, this is a really, really huge win for them. Huge win for them. And we'll see, man, if they can advance, man. We'll see if they can advance. I like this quarterback team, man. I like this quarterback team. Let me do something real quick, guys. Then we're going to continue on. I need to do something real quickly here. Let me just do something real quick. There we go. Okay. So let me go back to my screen. So we're going to be here for around another 15 minutes, hopefully. So, yeah, Andrade, man, scoring the penalty. Okay, moving on. We also have the next game we have here is Trabzonspor 1, Basel 0. Trabzonspor, man. Once again, man, they win the home game, and that is massive for them. As for Basel, man, this is really disappointing. Maxi Gomez got ruled out. And Hitz is playing in Basel, which is just weird. And Zakari, man, Novaya. And then Trabzonspor, man. I really like the Maxi Gomez player. He's good. Mark Batra. You got Ziki. Yeah, man, for Trabzonspor, man. As I said, man, it's difficult to play away in Russia, man. It's difficult to play away in Russia, and it just shows how good they were. And look how dominant they were. 20 shots to 8 shots. So, yeah, man, absolutely incredible win for Trabzonspor. And for Basel, man, I mean, I still, I don't know, man. That's a tricky one. Do I back Basel? Because I don't know, man. They're going to have to win the home game, and they have to win by 2-0. But then again, Russian teams aren't really that good at home. I mean, away. So it's difficult, guys. It's difficult to say. So let me see what you guys saying. I'm going to go. I had quarterback to advance. I had Basel to advance, my original prediction. So Trabzonspor, I think they might advance now with this result, but we're going to have to wait and see. Yeah, Basel's so bad this season, but they have to focus and stay in the Swiss League. Yeah, they haven't been good in the Swiss League, man. They haven't been good. AAK Larnaca, Dinner Pro 1. Dinner Pro, man. They almost held on, man. I picked this as one of my upsets. And AAK Larnaca, man, they broke it heartbreakingly, 84th minute. I like this Dinner Pro team, man. I think they're a very underrated team. And AAK Larnaca, man, they just about got the win. I think it's going to be really close, man. Man. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, they still have the second leg at home because that's the important thing. Because I think they could definitely do something at home, but it's going to be very difficult, guys. It's going to be very difficult. As for AAK Larnaca, man, Garcia again, getting that goal, man, as the left back, man, massive goal. Peerage, man. And once again, I don't think AAK Larnaca have played any competitive games in a while. So, look at this, man. Stats wise, they were so dominant. 13 shots. Dinner Pro, man, 6 shots, didn't really create much. And yeah, the goalkeeper, man, was amazing. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next 3 games. Then we got FC Sheriff 0, Partizan Belgrade 1. Ricardo Gomez scoring the winner. Then we got Igor Vic that got red carded. Then red card got overturned for Sheriff. And yeah, Sheriff, man, they're just not good enough. Like, let's be real, guys. Sheriff, they're just not the same team. They've fallen off for some time now. And Partizan Belgrade, man, this is a massive win away. But oh my God, wow. I didn't even see this, guys. Sheriff, man, actually had 16 shots. They had 72% possession, but they just couldn't score. Whereas Partizan, with the one few chance they did, they managed to score. And you got to get man of the match to the goalkeeper, Alexander Povic, because I did not expect Sheriff to play this well. But ultimately, still lost, which is going to be really, really big. So for Sheriff, man, Partizan, man, I expect Partizan to advance. I'll read your comments, guys, after I talk about all the Conference League games. And then I'll ask you guys some questions after we round off here for which team. Yeah. I'll ask you guys some questions. Anyway, Lazio 1, Cluj 0. Lazio, man, they almost messed this up, but they won the game. Chiri Immobile scoring the winner. Felipe Anderson, yeah. Cluj, man. The thing with this Cluj team is that they're defensively solid, but their attack is not really good. Their attack is very mediocre. And Lazio, man, they just have a great attack. I'm looking at players like Milinkovic Savic, Luis Alberto. You're looking at Anderson as well. They have so many quality players. And it's still crazy they're even in this Europa League, Conference League, because they shouldn't even be here in the first place, in my opinion. But it is what it is. And yeah, they were dominant. 13 shots. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. And then finally, the last game we have here is Ludogorets 1. Anderlecht 0. Ludogorets scoring the winner at the 9th minute of the game. As for Anderlecht, man, they played well, But ultimately, look at this, man. Ludogorets barely created any opportunities, 6 shots. Ludogorets, Anderlecht with 16 shots, but Ludogorets just grounded out the win. Pat being man of the match with 3 saves. And yeah, man, Rodriguez, man, scoring the winner, man. So as for Anderlecht, man, they're going to be disappointed here with the results. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Okay, so let me go ahead and read some of your messages in the chat. I watched a little bit of the first half of the Bodo Glimt versus Lech Poznan game, and the Bodo Glimt should have won. Big blow for Bodo Glimt. Lech Poznan will go through, in my opinion, due to their home form. As a Fiorentina fan, we should have won the Conference League. This is a statement against a good Braga side this season. Jovic been disappointed in Serie A, but in Conference League, he's been top scorer. Yeah, he's not been good in the Serie A. I knew that Korbek would win. It was a trash penalty from Korbek. I'm a Conference League merchant because I'm a Fiorentina AZ Alkmaar fan. Nice to hear. Jander says Basel's so bad this season, but they have to focus on staying up in the Swiss league. Lowell Mayer says, who do you think will win the Europa League? That's actually a really difficult question, Lowell Mayer, because I at the beginning of the season, guys, I said Roma. And then my midway through, I said Juventus. And I don't think any of the two is happening anymore. So I'm going to say this right now, guys, that we're going to get an unexpected team. Like, I don't believe one of the favorites is going to win. Like, I don't think United's going to win. Barcelona will not win. I don't think Arsenal's going to win. I just have a feeling we're going to see a wild card team win it. Like, I feel like we're going to see a crazy team that no one really expects. Like, maybe the likes of, like, Salzburg, potentially. Maybe Monaco, maybe Union Berlin. I don't know. It's difficult to say, man. I have to wait until the draw. But if you want to know my new prediction, it was Juventus. And, yeah, that's been a bad prediction. So I will take my L on that one. But who knows? Maybe Juventus could still win it because they still could go away to Nantes and still beat them. So, yeah, we'll see, man. Poi says hi. Xander says they sold. I sold their best players like Traore. That's true. Are Basel really near the bottom? Yeah, Basel's not been great in the Swiss league. Let's actually go. Yeah, they haven't been great, man. Let's go check, man. Basel. Let's go check their form. Look at this, man. Look at this right here, man. Look at the table, man. They're 6th place, man. This is unacceptable, man. Basel need to take some revenge next week. Okay, we'll see. They're 5 points above relegation. I think Manchester United. See, Manchester United is the obvious answer, and I do think they have a good chance. My only issue with Manchester United is that I think they have their depth is just not good. I don't think they have good enough depth, and I think they may be more focused on other things than the Europa League. But that's not a bad guess. That's actually a good answer. It's just I don't know. It's just not so obvious, man. It's just not so obvious. It just depends on the draw. Depends a lot of circumstances. So that is a good pick. I'm not saying it's a bad pick. It's just that. I don't know, man. I didn't pick Man United because of the fact that, like I said, the depth is a big concern and they're competing in awful competitions. So I don't know if they'll have enough squad depth to compete in everything. So, yeah. Ludogorets are a team to watch, as I said yesterday. They beat Anderlecht today and they perform well in the Europa League. I'm also a Sociedad fan. Do you think we could win the Europa League? That isn't a bad. They can do it. It's just that I think Sociedad is going to be more focused on the league. I think they're going to be more focused on the league and trying to establish top 4, right? Because the issue with the Europa League is that you have to win it, right? Whereas in La Liga, just top 4 is enough, you know? And I just feel as though that if I'm a Sociedad fan, I want to just get top 4, you know? And then see what happens in the Europa League. I'm not saying you guys can't win it. It's just that I feel like the La Liga thing is going to be more precedence, more important to you guys. And I don't really believe you have enough to win the Europa League and get top 4. I think you're going to have to sacrifice one or the other because depth is going to be very key. I think depth is the real thing to win the Europa League. So whichever team has a good enough depth, I think they could do well in it. So like I say, if you look at the previous teams that won the Europa League, they didn't really put that much emphasis on the league. They kind of gave up on the league. And right now they're just going all in for Europe. And it's a very suicidal thing because, you know, it's a very risky idea because if you don't win the Europa League, you don't get Champions League football. Like if Frankfurt and Villarreal didn't win the Europa League those 2 seasons, they would have been one of them would have got Conference League and one of them wouldn't have been any European competitions. So it's a very, very bold strategy, but you know, if it works, it works, you know, so you got to do everything you can to win. So yeah. We'll see though. We'll see what happens though, because they definitely can do it. I definitely think they can do it. It's just that as I said though, I think the La Liga is going to be more important to you guys. As Jander says, yeah, 4 is easier. Top 4 is easier indeed. Anyways, we have 10 viewers here, guys. So we went through a lot of action, the Europa League and Conference League, guys. A lot to break down this stream. So, guys, there will be times for all of the both the competitions. So you can feel free to look around, and everything like that. And remember, guys, if you're new on here, consider hitting the like button and please hit the subscribe button as we get closer to 1,200 subscribers. And remember, guys, we're going to be live for tomorrow to discuss some Champions League action, guys. We're going to preview next week's games. We got Napoli, Frankfurt, Liverpool, Real Madrid. Then we also have, what other games we also have? Leipzig, Man City. And what's the last game? I forgot the last one. Don't tell me, guys. I want to see if I can remember this. Inter Porto. We got Inter Porto. We got a lot of good games next week. I think next week's Champions League game is going to be a lot better than this week. So stay tuned for tomorrow, guys. We're going to be going live tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time, guys. So make sure you guys turn notifications on to get notified for whenever I upload on the channel. So click that bell button, guys. Anyways, I think I'm going to head out, guys. So let me give a shout out to everyone that joined the chat. So shout out to Matt, shout out to Xander, shout out to Lil Mayor, shout out to Poi, and shout out to Alchemist, shout out to J2S on the panel, shout out to Bulgarian Ball, shout out to Polomo. And yeah, I think that's everyone, man. I think that is everyone, guys. That is everyone. So I want to thank you all for watching. Remember, guys, if you're new on here, considering that subscribe button, like to be able to enjoy. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out.